We use the term stress all the time. I'm stressed about work. I'm stressed about my relationship. I'm stressed about cooking Christmas dinner. But what does that actually mean? We feel emotions when we're stressed, like anger, jealousy, fear. And then we have those physiological responses to it as well. Like we can have tightness in our chest. Our heart is pumping 10 to the dozen. We got tightness in our stomach. And then in our shoulders, all over. It's different kind of responses to it. But what does that actually mean? As an example, we can look at seeing a tiger in the jungle. Yeah? Straight away, our body's going, whoop, this is danger. Let's activate the sympathetic nervous system. Let's pump our body full of cortisol and adrenaline. Get the blood out to the extremities, and we're prepared now to fight or flee. Now, I don't know about you, but I don't really get this response when I see sheep. I mean, I live in Wales. There's sheep all over the place. Don't find them a threat. But if I saw a tiger, I would absolutely have that response. So it's a perception in our brain of danger. So that's one way. But another view of it is when we exercise. So we'll exercise and we'll tear our muscles so that they get bigger and they adapt. And that's seen as quite a positive thing. It's a positive way of looking at stress. And also it's a natural response to pain. Like if I'm clumsily going along and I step on a nail, I'm going to be so glad that my brain will send a shocking signal to me to say, Dex, you've got a nail in your foot. You need to sort this out. It's positive. It's positive. So there's different views of that and how that works. So that's a specific example. So what about chronic stress? I know all about it. I've been chronically stressed for years. It's draining, it's tiring, it messes with your psyche, your thinking, your sense of groundedness. A lot of times I just want to click my fingers and have it all done. But I would be missing the invaluable point of this stress. In that it's essentially a signal. It's telling me something is wrong. It's saying, Dex, there's a problem here. If you solve it, we can turn off the alarm and we can go back to normal. And that's useful. That is so useful. And we can take a lot of wisdom from that. We're going to be stressed. We're going to be like this a lot of time throughout our lives, but we can learn to work with it. And some examples, like we can't go throughout life without stress. It's just impossible. We love someone, yeah. We love them. Unfortunately, the sobering truth is either it's going to break apart, or the person's going to pass away, or you'll pass away before them. So it's inevitable. And this isn't a pessimistic view, it's just reality. Exercise again, it's stress, There's so many different things that go on. Even sitting up from the sofa, you have to put a bit of work into it, especially if you've been a bit lazy. There's a bit of stress to it. So how do we think about it? What do we do? So I think a positive way to look at it is to think about things we want to do in our life where what are we willing to do where we know we're going to endure stress, but we're confident that it's going to be good for us. So exercise is one of them. But you've got so there's things like dealing with family dramas. Like, are you willing to go through the stress of having those challenging conversations to hopefully repair relationships and help move forward? And on the flip side, it's about getting rid of all that unnecessary stress that you don't need. Stopping some bad habits, eating habits. Like for me, I finally just said, no, I'm not going to have any more gluten. Gluten makes me feel horrendous. I made the decision that the kind of a minute or two of pleasure from having some toast or a donut or a pizza wasn't worth the 7 days of feeling ill and rough. It just wasn't worth it anymore. So I gave it up. I finally gave it up. And then you can look at things like your mental state, your psychology, like decision making. You know, the decisions can be very murky because of conflicts in your values, your opinions, your standards. They can make decisions difficult. You know, it's very easy to make straightforward decisions, like, I don't know, brushing your teeth in the morning. But when you've got conflicts in those values, you know, particularly when decisions have more of a potential adverse problem from carrying them out, it makes it hard, very hard. So it's better to always feel like you're getting more certain about your decisions. You're understanding yourself more. You're becoming more authentic, and also, it's not to make better decisions so that you avoid feeling emotion. It's to make decisions where you're actually accepting the emotions when you make that decision. Because that's the problem I had. I was trying to get all my decisions, my psyche in a line, so I would never really feel anything or try and just completely combat stress. But it's inevitable to happen, especially with things that you're really passionate about and that you love. And then there's conflict there. It's inevitable. So that's a way to help as well. And think about, what is stress? What actually is it? You know, let's sum it up. So it's a signal. It's interpretation of danger, perception of danger. It's a chemical reaction. It's actually an opportunity to grow. Absolutely opportunity to grow. And there's so much wisdom that comes from it. I have had so much information and knowledge that I've seen, thought about, from philosophical perspective, from scientific perspective, over the last 10 years, that has actually helped so much in understanding what is going on. And this is useful. It's so much better for you to know this and understand it so you can make better decisions for yourself. I hope you enjoyed the video. Please leave a like and subscribe if you're interested in carrying on with this journey, and I'll see you in the next video.